Welcome to the channel, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Germany's economic troubles are far from over. It is truly shocking how quickly the country is transforming into a struggling economy. Germany used to be the economic engine of Europe. Remember those days? Well, they're long gone because Germany's economy just experienced the largest industrial slump in a year, and the implications are truly sending ripples far beyond its borders. This is one of those cases when it just gets worse and worse, quite literally by the day. In June, the latest data available, German industrial output fell by 1.9% compared to the previous month. So this was a month-over-month change, a drop of 1.9%. That might seem like just another number, but it's not in this case. It was double what economists had forecasted. And it wasn't just a statistical blip too. The drop was broad and it was deep, hitting core sectors like machinery and equipment, pharmaceuticals, and even food production. These aren't fringe industries for Germany. These are the foundation of Germany's economy, and therefore these decreases impact the entire country. The stats agency the Status confirmed that May's output wasn't actually flat as first thought. It too had shrunk, just not as bad as it did the following month in June. But with that revision, the full picture of the second quarter now reveals a contraction in German industrial production. It is official, Germany's industrial machine, which was long regarded as one of the most efficient and dependable in the world, is now literally on its deathbed, and there is no end in sight. None, especially as Europe continues to double down on its failing policies. So what's going on here? Well, the first major pressure point is trade, of course. Germany's export-heavy economy is heavily reliant on global demand, and that is precisely where the pain is most visible. A wave of new tariffs imposed by the United States, now reaching as high as 15% on many German exports, has turned an already tense trade climate into something worse, a potential trade war. These tariffs, once only a threat, are now reality, and Germany has to deal with them. Germany's most iconic industries are taking the hit really hard. BMW and Audi have both lowered their outlooks, so they don't really expect to make as much profit anymore, and of course their sales have been declining anyway, so it's looking far worse now than it did even several months ago. Daimler Truck Holdings, heavyweight and commercial vehicles, also slashed its expectations, citing weaker North American demand. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. We're just in the very first month of tariffs being in full effect. June also saw an unexpected drop in factory orders, down 1% from a month prior, from May, when a modest gain had been expected for the rest of the year. That decline was mainly driven by weak demand from outside the Eurozone, which is, of course, a clear sign that global confidence in German exports is unfortunately eroding, and that's just another hit that Germany is having to take. To make matters worse for Germany, Germany's trade balance fell to its lowest level in 8 months, 14.9 billion euros. Imports surged while exports declined, so that is not a good formula. The shift reflects broader trouble for a country that is so deeply tied to global trade flows. Germany needs healthy export numbers to stay afloat, and it's not getting there. There's no silver lining here, unfortunately. Now, let's talk about what this means for the bigger picture. Germany has already endured a prolonged recession over the past 2 years, at least 2 years, but we know that it has been declining economically since 2019 and it never fully recovered since then. The recent contraction is not happening in isolation too. It's yet another chapter, if you will, in a story that has been unfolding for some time now. A story of global instability, supply chain disruptions, geopolitical shocks, failing policies on behalf of the government in Germany, and now, of course, punitive trade measures imposed by the United States of America. The Bundesbank, Germany's central bank, has warned of stagnation in 2025. It expects only modest growth in the years that follow, too, so it's not going to get any better in the near term. It expects a 1.1% in 2026 and a growth of 1.6% by 2027. That is a far cry from the robust expansion that Germany once enjoyed and could count on. But there might be some hope for a positive trend in the future. Possibly, some of Germany's top firms are now planning to invest over 1 billion euros in the coming years, and these investments, along with a sharp rise in public spending on infrastructure and defense as Europe continues to militarize, that could lay the groundwork for a comeback in terms of an upside, and that's what the German government is hoping for. That defense spending will drive the country's economy, and that actually says a lot about public spending and what the citizens of Germany could count on moving forward if the government solely relies on an increase in defense spending to boost its economic growth. That's really not a good plan. It's definitely not a strategy. Recent reports show that in Germany, machine makers have seen an increase in orders from within the Eurozone. And this is a very interesting trend. I wasn't expecting to see it. It effectively suggests a strategic pivot for some goods, for some manufacturing processes, a strategic pivot away from over-reliance on US trade. And so it is a really unusual trend to see in a world where the rules of global commerce are shifting rapidly. This is effectively not just a smart move. It could be a necessity, especially for Europe. Although, of course, in the case with Europe, it does have to have access to energy resources to continue production and to increase its output. So unless it changes its policies, it is unlikely that Europe will be able to gain access to energy resources to gain the same advantage over its competitors. So it will be really interesting to see how the EU adapts to steeper tariffs and whether it does reconsider, let's just say, its energy policies. So the government, for its part in Germany, is placing bets on fiscal expansion, on infrastructure projects, defense modernization, on green energy still. And these are clearly attempts to reboot the economy without really addressing the core issues, the root causes of why German economy began to stagnate and failed to recover. And so it remains to be seen if these plans will be fruitful at all and what will transpire going forward. But if we're being honest, we should point out that there is a risk here too. Relying too heavily on public spending while private sector demand remains shaky, to put it mildly, could leave the economy quite unbalanced, especially if inflation picks up or if debt burdens increase, as of course they will, given the policies that Chancellor Merz is supporting. For decades, Germany led the world in engineering precision, in industrial discipline, and economic efficiency, but right now it faces a deeper challenge, not just how to recover, but how to reinvent in a new environment, the type of environment that will make it very challenging for Germany to thrive as it once did. But adaptation takes time, and it takes strategy, and above all, it takes vision, something that many would argue is lacking at the moment. The months ahead will show whether Germany still has the industrial imagination to gain at least a portion of its industrial capacity back, because for now, the German machine is clearly out of fuel and out of order. But that story isn't over, and it remains to be seen how the German government manages to address this quite serious and structural issue. Thank you very much for watching. If you found this quick breakdown helpful, remember to like, subscribe, and follow me on Substack and Patreon. I would love to see you there. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you back here soon. Bye for now.